Gracefully Elevating with Monique is dedicated to you, women just like you, who are looking for ways to elevate their personal lives through inner child healing, through learning that you truly do deserve better in life, using tools and strategies in order to implement those things that are going to help you move to the next level. Maybe you've made yourself small and you've bit your tongue just to keep the peace. You swallowed your truth. But peacemaking should never cost you your voice.
Elevate with Monique. Elevate. Elevate with Monique. Elevate.
Hey ladies, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Gracefully Elevating with Monique. And you know I am your hostess, Monique. I am so very happy to have you here today. If you are new to the channel, I want to say welcome, sis. If you are returning to the channel, I want to say welcome back. Thank you for sharing some time with me, and I am so happy to have you here. Now, we are talking about the peacemaker, and many of us, in many cases, have been the peacemaker in our family, in our community, in our relationship. But the reality is that being the peacemaker, it's good. Don't get me wrong, because a lot of people just don't like conflict. But being the peacemaker should never cost you your voice. And it is okay to have conflict. All conflict is not bad conflict. Sometimes you have to have conflict in order to rise to the next level, right? But being the peacemaker in your family or being the peacemaker around your community, if it's costing you your voice, it is not your assignment, sis. Let me say that again for the people in the back. If you being a peacemaker is costing your voice, meaning you are not able to operate from your level of authenticity because you want to be the peacemaker, that's not your assignment, sis. What if you were called to be the disruptor? What if you are called to be the one to call things out and to blow the whistle on it? Are you ready to stand in that truth? Here's the reality. Being the fixer, that was never anybody's divine assignment. Think about the story in the Bible when Jesus went into the temple. We all like to think about Jesus as being this, calm being that just walked the earth and healed the sick and laid hands and all these things. But no, baby, Jesus got with them sometimes, okay? He was in the temple throwing tables over and knocking stuff over. He was being a disruptor because that was a part of his truth. He was commanded to call them out on the things that they were doing that was wicked. So you don't have to always be the fixer in order to walk into your divine assignment. As a matter of fact, most cases, you won't be walking into your divine assignment if you are only trying to be the fixer. The other thing is the good girl role is rooted in survival, not in alignment. I can remember a time in my life where I just wanted to be agreeable. Why? Because I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be accepted. It wasn't necessarily that I wanted to operate in that space or wanted to operate from that role, but I wanted to be liked. I wanted to not rock the boat so much, right? But that was not my alignment. As a matter of fact, as I began to find my voice, I began to understand my assignment and my purpose, I realized very quickly that I am a disruptor with love and respect, but I am going to disrupt the things that are holding you back. I'm going to disrupt the mindsets that are keeping you stuck. I am going to disrupt, and I'm okay with it. I don't apologize. I can be a peacemaker, but I also am okay with knowing that sometimes it requires me to disrupt that peace, okay? And then the third thing is peace without honesty. It's just silence in disguise. I just said that, right? Being quiet just to keep the peace is not honest. It's not right. And you might be the one that's called to not keep the peace. I don't know how else to say that. And it's okay. Now, here's where I will draw the line in the sand. There's several different types of disruption, right? You've got the chaotic disruption, somebody who's just drama filled and just wants to keep up chaos. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the disruptor that is calling people out on things that are not right, or calling people out because you see something better, or you see that what they are doing is maybe hurting other people. It is okay for you to not be in silence, because your silence is dishonest when you should be using your voice to speak up. Okay. I know that that can be a little bit unnerving for people who are used to. I hear people say all the time, I'm easygoing. I don't like a lot of conflict. And I kind of challenge that. I say, easygoing is not always the best, because that means that you just gonna go with whatever comes. And what if you are being called to stop that, to disrupt that, to interrupt that? So if you say, well, Monique, I get that. I hear you. And I really do I see things around me. I know I should speak up. I know I should use my voice more, but I'm just afraid. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do it and deliver it with love, or to do it and back up and be okay with it. I have the perfect thing for you. I want to invite you to my 4-week cohort, Sacred Space Incubator, where not only do we talk about other things, but we also deal with this, because you are allowed to take up space, sis, and you have to know that deep down inside without apology. And we are going to talk about that. We are going to find that voice that is deep down, that's ready to be activated, that's ready to speak up. This is your invitation to step out of being the fixer, step out of always having to fix everybody else, so that you can hold space, you can save room and energy to go inward, so that you can find your voice and your authenticity. So if that is you, find the link somewhere in this video. I invite you to get registered so that you can join us on these 4 sacred weeks together. Listen, I am so grateful that you came and you stopped by. Go ahead and do me a favor. If you like this video, I need you to hit the like button. I also invite you to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon on your way out. And I'll see you in the next video, sis. I love you.